Bitcoin in a very interesting place, especially on the monthly time frame, with the opportunity for a massive support resistance flip, which should catapult the entire altcoin sector. So in today's show, we're going to have a look at a couple of narratives within the altcoin sector, which seem to be continuing to perform very, very well. We're going to have a look at the portfolio that we created, see more or less where that's at, where some of those coins are. And then I'm going to talk about two coins that I wish that I owned more of, and I'm sure so do you guys. And that's how the story goes, right? The ones that go up the most are always the ones that we wish we had more of. So smash the like button, hit the bell notification, and subscribe to the channel. If you're not already subscribed, it really, really helps to get the show content out there when you smash that like button. So please smash the like button and make sure it also helps me to bring you more alpha, right? So let's get into it. Looking at Banter Bubbles over here, you can see some of the standout coins. Well, you got Popcat with its mouth wide open over there, up 47% on the week over there. So some big gains. You have Mantra, 𝗕𝗫𝗥𝗟𝗍, FTT. So a lot of coins doing really, really well on the weekly scale over here. Let's see the daily. Most of the coins trying to bounce back up. That's after last week's dip. And we spoke about when you may see a major local low form within the market, also known as the higher low. And then we're looking for continuation out of there, eventually to put in new highs. And when the market senses that there's going to be a shift of sentiment back towards the risk side, meaning that people are willing to take more bets and place more risks, well, we tend to see that the meme coin sector is the first out the gate, right? And tends to pump the hardest. And that's why you can see here on the daily, right? Popcat up a lot, Whiff up a whole lot over there. Floki, we have Pepe as well up a whole lot. And then we also have some of the AI coins. So most of these have been some of our top picks. We're going to have a look at these in today's show. We're going to have a look at which are some of the best ones as well to potentially bid going into the coming weeks. And for those of you in Whale Room, a massive congratulations. I've been getting a lot of messages from you guys. Thank you for the profits. No, thank you guys. Thank you for joining. Thank you for holding me accountable. Some big gainers over there in the meme coin sector. So let's play a quick game of, let's say, pros and cons, right? As per uni PCs, this is also known as the bonkai, right? This is what the bonkai has to say. Play a quick game of bulls versus bears. Q4 catalyst for the bears. What could take the market down? Iran versus Israel war escalation. Anything else with a question mark? You let me know in the comment section. Is there anything else? Well, we've already debunked this, right? Iran versus Israel war escalating. I made a tweet about this. I also dropped it in the show content, I think last week on Friday, and I dropped it in the Discord. Market resilience in the face of turmoil. This is what we've typically seen. Here's how the Dow Jones responded to major geopolitical events. And you can have a look at what the prices were 3, 6, and 12 months later, because most of us are high time frame traders. We are not here for the quick in and out scalps, although that's something we dabble in on the side. The majority of our capital and money is made by buying and holding long-term swing trade positions. And this was ultimately the results, right? 3, 6, and 12 months later, let's just look at the averages below. 8.42% up. 3 months later, 14.33% up. 6 months later, in the face of calamity and war, right? Major events within the geopolitical space. They're all historically listed over here. And up 19% 12 months later. That means that we're looking for the market to continue to grind onwards and upwards. So I think we've debunked that. So you let me know, is there anything else? What else could there possibly be? Could there be over leveraged longs? Possible, but not right now. We're not seeing that. If you look currently at the funding rates, are mostly flat, and in some cases even negative, with the presence of short traders over there. This is when you're looking at from more high time frame. So Q4 catalyst for the bull. China pushing an aggressive stimulus package that will only escalate aggressive rate cuts in the US and China, because it's a race to who can print money the quickest. Again, with these nations, right? Who can devalue their currency the quickest? Trump said to be the first openly pro-crypto US president based on the polls. We've spoken about the election phases and what you typically see the market do leading up into that election phase. We've plotted this on a chart. Go back to any of the prior videos if you want to see more. We've spoken about the Q4 seasonality advantage and that election year combo, with October and November being incredibly bullish months for crypto. Sometimes you see November pushing up even higher than what you see in October. And then the FTX stimmies, that's a stimulus coming from the FTX reclaims, right? Of course, they went through the liquidation process, and some of them are going to be getting their money back, distributed, and likely to put it back into the market in Q4. So a lot to look at over here. Dips are for buying. That's what he says over there. And I do tend to agree, because when you look at a chart like this, the chop on the day-to-day seems very difficult to navigate for many people. But when in doubt, zoom out. And when you zoom out and you look at the monthly scale, well, it couldn't be more clear, right? You had the major resistance area for the 2021 double top scenario failing to get above that level. And now you have these massive candles over here with big wicks and major bullish absorption occurring. And I don't know if you guys remember way back when we had this candle over here, I said, please watch this space and expect that you're going to see something like this, right? And that's exactly how it's playing out. I think I should screenshot that. Any of you who remember that video, please do snip it and share it, because I think we've called the market very, very well. And that's the expectation, right? Flipping this major resistance now into support. And we're looking at continuation, and this to act as a springboard, not to only mention that, but we also have the massive cup and handle formation, a traditionally bullish formation that you see within the charts. And here's your weekly scale, right? Price looking a bit scary last week, coming towards these lows. And I said, personally, I wouldn't be too fearful of this. I think that you'll probably see bullish absorption towards the upside, and that's where the weekly close occurred. Very, very, very strong towards the upside, closing back above the 21 weekly exponential moving average, and consequently also getting you back above the bull market support band. The bull market support band is ultimately the 20-week simple moving average, which is red, and then you have the 21-week exponential moving average, like I'm using over here in yellow, but on this chart, it's in green. And for the most part, when you are above that bull market support band, if you look over here, comparing to 2020 and 21, well, that's where the bull runs occur, right? And you can look over here again, 2016 leading up into 2017. This is where the bull runs occur. So we're looking to recapture this level over here. We've just broken back above. Now the important part is to continue to hold above this and start to angle it towards the upside. If we do start to angle it towards the upside, it will be looking good for continuation. So let's continue to observe that. We're coming off of very low volatility, and we can actually have a look at the charts over here. Let's mark some of these levels off, and you can see exactly what I'm talking about, right? So periods of low volatility, we saw it over here as per the white line. That led to the big move up. You saw more low volatility coming into this period over here, marking the bottom, leading to the next big move up. And then, of course, we presented more low volatility over here, which is where you presented your FTX lows off of the collapse. And then the expansion led to a big move up. And then we saw the same thing over here during this testing period, all the way between where price was essentially navigating around that 25K level and just kept holding that for months. I think this period over here is most similar, right? It's most similar to that, where you just seem to be holding within this area for months and months and months, and the volatility is getting lower and lower. Bollinger Bands are getting tighter, and this shows you the big move is coming, right? We can actually work out the measured move from that cup and handle formation, and the level that we get off of that should take price action up to here. 107,180 is your price target for, of course, that breakout. So something to keep your eye on as we wait for things to unfold. We also spoke about last week, when you look at these massive greens towards the upside of here, these are actually longs getting liquidated within the market. We spoke about how you tend to see about 3 to 4 days in a row of massive long liquidations. Then you tend to form your range lows, and then price starts to move towards the upside. And that's what we saw previously, right? Price grinded out the range low, pushed towards the upside, grinded out the range low, pushed towards the upside. And we saw the same thing occurring within this region over here. So I think it is something to watch as we witness price moving up. So could it be that this is the high low? It is possible, but I think it's a little bit too soon to tell. Now, we got very, very, very close to the key levels. You can see if I zoom in over here, the dotted line that we had marked out was 59,527 as a key level to hold. We missed that level ever so slightly as a percentage. I mean, we missed that by as only 0.5% move. And then we spoke about your worst case scenarios in the event of a rejection from the underside resistance, which is coming up overhead here. This is all going to be your underside resistance over here. If you do reject and you come down one more time, well, then you have that golden pocket coming in about 4% below current price action, and that's at your $57,500 to $57,800 territory. Now, I have mentioned this before. There's absolutely no guarantee that that does actually occur, which means you probably want exposure to the market beforehand, and then you kind of want to use this as a proxy. Well, if price does come down here and you have additional capital to deploy, this is the zone where you would deploy it. So only time will tell as we progress through the rest of this week to see whether this is in fact going to be a major low. What could ruin the party, right? Going back to this tweet over here, one thing that I think he missed out, in terms of a bearish catalyst, we spoke about the Iran versus Israel war escalating, and we said that geopolitically it's unlikely, it's already probably played out, and 3, 6, and 12 months later it's probably going to be bullish. But one thing that could ruin the party, which most people have probably not focused on yet, is of course the CPI, which is going to be coming out on Thursday this week. That's one high impact data event that we need to watch out for, which if you do reject underside and you come back down one more time, please do watch for that level. As it currently stands, so Bitcoin's above its pivot level, above the yellow zone here at $63,000. As long as it remains above that level, you'll continue to see those EMAs track towards the upside. That's the 9 and the 18. They're still in that bullish posturing, and the RSI will also be moving up. And thus, the last level, the final boss to challenge, is going to be this key $68,000 to $70,000 level, which has governed all of those lower highs throughout. That is a big zone. If you can break and hold above that convincingly, ultimately that's where you see prices move onwards and upwards. 4-hour time frame, reclaiming the white line, that is your mid-range level. If bulls can hold above this, again, same thing, you're continuing to trend towards the upside, and then you can challenge those lower highs, break above those, and then it should be very, very quick, like a hot knife through butter, to get up to 72K, which is your range high level. So we can have a look over here. We can see in terms of the aggregate funding rates on average, this is still pretty low, right? Very, very low. It shows that the market is not over frothy yet, but people are only just starting to bid risk once again. Of course, there have been a lot of flushes, and watch coming into Thursday for that CPI as the potential catalyst to flush down one more time, right? But you can't bet the house on that is actually going to happen, right? You can't let the train leave the station without you still need to have some positions on the table. You can see here the deltas as well. Bitcoin, they are going long. Most of the short-term traders are starting to leverage long over here. If you look at Ethereum, same thing over there. If you look at Solana, same thing. We have NEAR, we have WIF, and we have Pepe. So most of the market are looking in the short term for longs. And again, if we go back to this chart over here, you should see it on the top, right? If you go to the top over here, your skew between longs and shorts, the ratio is 51.46% of market participants are looking for longs, 48.54% are looking for shorts, and therefore your fear and greed has pivoted back from fear into now neutral territory, sitting at that 50 mark, right? Good for the makings of a bottom, right? But there's some clear levels that need to be broken when it comes to the DXY. We need to see a rejection from here. So at the end of the day, you do have a new swing low that's occurred. The bulls will obviously be hoping that the DXY forms a lower high over here and then starts to move towards the downside pretty aggressively from this phase. You can see this pivot level over here, which we broke down, as well as the gray box region, which is going to be your prior range high. So you may be coming in for the back test just to double check, is that in fact truly resistance? And if so, well, then you're looking for the next major breakdown over there. And that's what would typically cause your risk on environment for crypto. The good news, though, is that based off of this is a pretty sizable move on the DXY from bottom to top over here. 2.5% is huge moves when you talk about, the DXY as an index against crypto. And crypto has still actually gone up, which just shows that obviously the market does have an appetite for risk. The market prefers to be in crypto right now, and they're basically calling BS on this move as it currently stands, right? So stock markets already at all-time highs. Nasdaq still slightly lagging. Dow Jones all-time highs. Coinbase also slightly lagging alongside the Nasdaq. So you're going to be waiting for that to move towards the upside. All right, for all the traders out there, big announcement for the traders. If you are a crypto trader, if you're a leverage trader and you want to win in one of the biggest competitions in the world, that is the World Series of Trading, please do register. The early bird registration has finished, right? But now we're up with the normal registrations. Remember, you have to switch your ByBit account from a normal account into a unified account in order to participate, and you have 13 days left to join. There is $10 million worth of prizes up for grabs. And you can go through and have a look at all the various different individual prizes that are up for offer as well. It's P&L, so percentage driven as well as volume driven. They have different incentives for different things. But this is the biggest one in the world. This is the, the Super Bowl. This is the Soccer World Cup, whatever it is you want to call it, the Olympic Games of crypto trading. If you want to participate and you want to join into our team, we want to make the biggest team in the world at Crypto Banter, please do use the link that's in the description below. If you go through below, you should see over there, ByBit right at the top over there. Click on that, join into our team. So you have to have an account and then join into our team over there. It's going to be great fun. All right, let's talk about the future and the past of crypto, right? When it comes to geographical locations, one of the reasons I moved to the UAE, right? Talk about a contrast. Just in the UAE eliminates all taxes on crypto transactions, VAT included, right? So there's absolutely no taxes when it comes to crypto. And they just prior to this also announced that you can pay salaries in crypto. That's considered legal now. And if you go fast forward to what's occurring here in the European Union, well, a bit of a different story, right? Coinbase is now to delist USDT in the European Union over non-compliance, they say, right? So, we know the powers that be are against USDT. They're more for USDC, part of Circle, right? So eliminating USDT, which is arguably by far the best of the the stable coins that are out there. And stable coins is a big space when it comes to crypto, right? You have to accept that this is a quadrillion-dollar asset class. Stablecoin markets, quadrillion-dollar asset class. This is one of the most overlooked things when it comes to crypto. So again, guys, stay safe out there. One easy way that you can beat them at their own game is literally just turn on your VPN and change your location, right? There is a link in the description below. You're getting 73% off if you sign up using the Banter link in the description. It works out to less than a coffee a day, right? And that's per month. You're paying $337 per month, not per day like you usually do for your cappuccinos. All right, Bitcoin dominance still pushing up over here. Too soon to call a top on this. Give it a little bit more time. I reckon over the next 3 months, so over October, November, December, we'll see the tops in. So expect over the next 90 days. Do with that information what you will, but probably means in another translation, it's probably the time to be buying altcoins, right? Dollar cost averaging, non-financial advice, dollar cost averaging into altcoins, especially the strong ones, which is what we've been doing. We've seen huge moves over there. ETH BTC on the left-hand side, also fast approaching the bottom. We've got eyes on this level over here. It is struggling. People are over it. They hate it. They hate Ethereum, but it's grinding towards that lower region. The reason that most of us care about what Ethereum is doing is because if Ethereum does start to push towards the upside and new optimism comes into the market, we know that retail understand that Ethereum is the number one blue chip altcoin, right? Which makes them more optimistic. And therefore, you're probably going to see a more up-only environment where the rest of the altcoins are probably also going to do very, very well, right? So there's your ETH USD chart. If there is some sort of, final flush towards the downside when it comes to Bitcoin and maybe the CPI coming in on Thursday, then I would look for something like that. I wouldn't be surprised to see even a sweep just below $2,000, something like that. One more sweep towards the downside. If you are looking to pick up Ethereum, that should kind of hit the final nail in the coffin for this to also come down and hit that trend line over there at 0.0366. No guarantees that happens, right? But currently the momentum is in the bears' favor, right? So against the bulls and in favor of the bears, this is falling like a rock in water, right? Dropping like a stone over there. So keep an eye on that. Total 3, which is your meme coin sector, your AI sector, real world asset sector, gaming sector. It's all the other cryptos over there are doing pretty well, right? So higher highs and high lows has been the name of the game. You hit this to the absolute T. This is the level that we're looking at over here. You can see it. There it is. We're looking at the 0.618 to 0.65 level over there. We came right into the pocket over there perfectly, pushed towards the upside, creating the high low. Now we're waiting, of course, for a higher high over here and hopefully a break into the yellow zone. If you can see Total 3 get into the $655 billion mark, this is where the market starts to become strong. Froth comes back into the market. You'll probably at that point start to see the fear and greed move into the greed zone, and then the moves come quickly, right? When risk returns into the market, it returns very, very, very quickly. You have to understand that, right? And you can actually view it by looking at this, right? So let's go into this region over here, and let's have a look how fast it comes into the market, right? At this point in time, where was the fear and greed? For this entire move, the fear and greed sat in that greed zone all the way throughout, and then even led into extreme greed, and that's what created the prior cycle top. So you need to pay attention to that as the market progresses. Solana is still outperforming ETH, right? So this is why a lot of the coins which we're going to talk about that we bet on are doing so well, because this is, not by chance, right? This has been a calculated move that we've done, at least on the shows as well as in Whale Room. The coins that we've picked for a reason. We said that if Solana is going to outperform ETH, obviously that's a better bet as a blue chip layer one. But on top of that, we also need to look towards the higher beta plays on Solana. When Solana typically goes into risk on mode, we see other coins which perform even better. And those are some of the ones that we bet on, right? So just quickly touching on Solana over here, narrowly missing that 0.65 to 618 level. That was coming in at $131 to $132. I mean, you missed that by, as a percentage, you missed that by 0.85%, pushed towards the upside, and you're waiting for this to reclaim 165. If this reclaims 165, you are going to see risk come back into the market in an absolutely massive way. And then the coins that I'm about to talk about are going to outperform significantly. And when they outperform significantly, you're going to wish that you had more, right? You are going to wish that you had more. It's not a matter of if, in my opinion, but more a matter of when you reclaim this region over here and the whole market flips into optimism. Let me know in the comments, which sector do you think I'm about to talk about? And more specifically, which coins do you think I'm about to speak about? I'll give bonus points to those of you who do get it right. So let me know. I'm going to wait for some of the comments to come through. In the time being, while we wait for those comments to come through, I do want to let you know that also in Whale Room, which is listed over here, all of this has been dropped way ahead of time, right? So if you go through to there, Whale Room, there you go. Make sure you join into Whale Room. It's the private Discord. All of this was dropped way ahead of time. Okay, so we got Tyron with memes. We have 𝗕𝗓𝗓𝗕𝗦 with memes as well. We got 𝗬𝗢. We got another call on memes. Everyone seems to be saying memes, right? Some of you have even got the coins right. So Andy, Popcat, Wolf. Well, it is one of those. One of those is in the list, right? So let's continue. Let's have a look over here. Back to the story over here. Now, if you look at the year-to-date performance of the various sectors, these have been your average returns. You'll know that if you've been in Whale Room for the longest period of time, we've held a pretty sizable BTC position. Year-to-date returns, 50.51%. From the 1st of January, we've been in Bitcoin, right? We never sold. We actually bought all the way back at $16,800 up to $19,200, bringing our average entry around that 17, 18K region. And we've still been holding a sizable bag of BTC, up 50.51% year to date, right? Just this year alone. Phenomenal returns. ETH, we've slowly started to scale into 14.46% up. Solana, the other sizable position, probably one of my biggest bags personally, 52.53% up. Layer ones as a whole, not great, right? 0.47%. We've been very selective. The ones that are not listed over here that we've also been at least sizing up on is Casper, right? Pretty near to all-time highs. This has been one of the top performers. I think pretty similar, if not even better than what we've seen with the Solana gains. And then most recently, we started to allocate into a couple of these. We got the move in 𝗬𝗢 before it actually took place. So that's been a good one. And then TON, still haven't allocated into TON yet. NEAR, we recently allocated into NEAR. No Aptos, no Atom. We recently went into Injective just prior to the recent moves that we've had. Phantom, we also got that trade in Whale Room. We don't have Say, we don't have Mina. Maybe we must Say, right? Say is one that's been performing well. Okay, Modular. We didn't touch any of this. Thank God. Look at it. 49.26% down year to date. ETH DeFi. We didn't touch any of this, right? Link, Uni, Maker, Lido. Lido is the only one recently in the most recent portfolio that I dropped in Whale Room a couple of weeks ago. We'll have a look at that in a moment. I dropped Lido into that list. Okay, Aave, Pendle, SNX, FXS, Curve, We didn't touch it. Well done, fam. You guys did very, very well, at least if you listened. Again, part of the success is due to you guys because I have to be accountable to all of you every day. And we know what the internet trolls are like, right? I don't want to have to answer to internet trolls, so I try to do a good job for you. Now, next, Sol DeFi, 𝗕𝗫𝗢𝗓𝗕, 20.21% up. Fair enough, we mostly missed that. We didn't take it. I'll take it on the chin. We missed that. Cosmos, I told you, stay far away from most of these. The only one that we've allocated to is Rune, right? And that's down 24% as a whole. Rune is up since our initial entry. You can have a look at that coin as well. AI and 𝗕𝗫𝗢𝗢, right? 35.28% up. This has been one of the sectors that I said would do very, very well leading into the bull run. FET, Render, 𝗕𝗗𝗅𝗏, Wild, HNT, Honey, FAL, and Arweave. Our allocations have been into Arweave. HNT didn't get the perfect entry, so missed it, is what it is. 𝗬, we got it before the big move. Wonderful. FET is one of the big positions in the AI sector that we have. And then I guess you can kind of put near, you can oscillate between AI and layer one, right? So it's kind of fits in both of those profiles. Render, still looking for a perfect entry. If I had spare capital to deploy right now and I wasn't all in, well, I might seem irresponsible, guys, but I've been in for a long time, so I'm way, way, way up. Just to be clear, if you're only watching this for the first time today and I say I'm all in, it doesn't mean you should do the same thing, right? You got to probably wait for some pullbacks. Render, if I had spare capital, I'd probably allocate to Render. Meme coins, right? Up the most. 425.4%. Doge, Shiba, Pepe, WIF, Floki, and Bonk. And in all fairness, this is a terrible selection of meme coins. If you had to isolate to the ones that we've picked, you'd probably find that you would be up thousands of percent because things like Doge, Shiba, Floki, they've hardly moved, right? Bonk, half and half, Pepe, half and half. There's no real performers in this list. So if you have a look at this, this is where the mind share is going, right? Meme coiners are talking about memes. Sideliners are talking about memes. No coiners are talking about memes. And then he says over here, ops talking about memes. VCs talking about memes. By the way, I don't know if you guys heard, they are VCs and institutions are seriously discussing allocating massively into memes, and they're being held accountable by their investors, asking them why they don't have meme coin portfolios when it's been the top performing sector. We can thank at least count our lucky stars that they haven't been in here because the VCs are what ruin most of the things in the space and part of why we've done so well. So mindshare equals memes. Again, I'll go back to this list over here. Mindshare equals memes. Now, consider the winners. And again, keep in mind that these are not great selections. These are poor selections in the meme coin space. The top performers have been BTC, Sol, and then you have here meme coins and AI. And if you go through to our portfolio, what does our portfolio look like over here, right? We've chosen some of the strongest of those layer ones. We chose the strongest real world asset coin, Mantra, which is currently trading just a smidge below all-time high right now. We chose AI, so some of the top performers. And look at how many meme coins we hold, right? Again, this is not by chance. This was all planned. And you can go through any of these coins in the list. I don't think any of them are down since we've given them, right? Brett, Popcat, GigaChad, Ponky, Mog, Rido, Rika, these two are down because of Ton, right? Pepe up. Pepe coin, we'll have a look at it. I haven't checked that one yet. Bonk is up, Lock-in's up. Bitcoin, which is Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic 10. Inu up significantly over there. Mini is up a lot. Retardio is up a lot. Mumu the Bull is up. Tuka's up. We've been absolutely crushing it, right? All dropped ahead of time in Whale Room. This was dropped ages ago, and we've obviously been dropping trades and buying these, throughout. If you go back into the history over here, a lot of these we spoke about ages ago. Now, you may hate meme coins, but to tell the truth, most of the coins you're buying by default are meme coins, right? As Mercury says over here, your non-meme coin is actually still a meme coin. Why? Because meme coins are considered 100% speculation. It's full yellow, right? And if you look at non-meme coins, how much fundamentals do those things actually hold, right? The green. That's it. The rest is narrative and speculation. So by default, this is really where the space has gone. We're going through multiple identity crises as time passes, right? At one stage, we were of course, sound money. At another stage, we were the new tech startups of the world. At another stage, we were ICOs and just initial coin offerings where it was like a .com boom. Then we were the DeFi specialists, then the NFT specialists, bringing art to the world. Now we are just meme coin degens. Okay, so just accept it is what it is. Meme coin's tendency to trigger is all you need to observe to know that they'll be bigger than we expect in the expansion ahead, right? As the market leaves into that all-time high phase, right? The expansion ahead refers to this period over here where you see Bitcoin officially flip this into support, which I believe it's done. Just for what it's worth, I believe we have officially flipped this level into support. It's over. We've done that. But most of the market will only accept that that's complete when you see a candle like this closing somewhere around that $80,000 level, right? So back to this over here. The cultural relevance, some NFT collections garnered in 2021 will probably be surpassed by some meme coins, right? Remember the crypto punks, things like that. Meme coins will probably, in terms of a cultural relevance and significance to the space, completely go beyond that threshold. And he says not yet to endorse a horse, but the trend is very, very clear, right? The trend is clear. And Murad also says over here, right, the fact that meme coins continue to dominate the timeline month after month after month should be a wake-up call for the entire industry. I guess that should be a wake-up call to the industry, because maybe it shows we're failing in certain regards and we keep going through these identity crises. But also it should be a wake-up call for the industry to stop betting on the laggards, but to bet on the winners, right? This is how we make money. We bet on the winners, right? We bet on the winners. So PopCat, which has been one of our top picks, just flipped the first dog. It says in the top 100 over here for the first time. You can see if you go through to PopCat, there it is. PopCat officially above Floki, taking out some of these older dinosaur coins. And let's see which cat will make it to top 10, right? First. Hopefully it's PopCat, because it is probably my biggest cat position. By the way, any of you that want these coins, the meme coins, or any of the, the portfolio list that's been dropped over here, let's just scroll through into Whale Room. If any of you want this portfolio, I believe, let me just have a quick scan through. I believe every single one of these coins, barring maybe about 5% of them, are listed over here on BitGet. So you've asked for an exchange that you can buy all of this on spot. I would recommend BitGet. There is a link in the description below. If you go to BitGet over there, you actually get up to a $30,000 sign-up bonus, by the way, as well, if you use that link. So go through to BitGet, check it out over there. And then I do think we need to get into some of these coins, right? So let's have a look at some of these coins since the moves have happened. Let's see. In terms of real-world assets, one of our top picks, I told you we'd visit that chart, all-time highs. Congratulations. Give yourself a pat on the back. Remember to take a little bit of profit to pay yourself, but understand that this could easily go all the way up to $1.77 as it's breaking out of a massive ascending triangle. The first breakout was a failure, and we actually identified right on that wick over there that was a selling opportunity. Feel free to go back to the video that I did on the 16th of July, which is on Tuesday, the 16th, exactly when that wick occurred. That was based on a Fibonacci extension and why we said probably a profit-taking opportunity. Price then came all the way down for a couple of months. We reloaded all the way at the bottom over here, and now we have a massive, massive move towards the upside. So had you taken that trade, again, congratulations, you would be up another 72%. So that in terms of real-world assets, one of our top picks, we can check on Rio as well. We're still in the leverage long trade over here. At this point, I've taken 66% off the table because I don't want to pay too much in funding, but you can still hold the last 33% for full profits at $2.10, right? Let's go into the meme coins. So meme coins, let's go to Bonk. Only just leaving the station, right? There it is. Falling wedge formation, breaks out back test as support over there, creating the higher low, looking for expansion over here. Maybe the market will get exciting. WIF doing exactly the same thing over there, looking really, really good. PopCat, right? New all-time highs. Honestly, guys, congratulations. You'll remember how many times I preached right over here at this level. We started to load up. We loaded up again over there at that level, 19th of August. And had you taken that trade, literally, I don't know. I don't want to disclose how much money I have in this, but I was thinking of buying a really cool car in Dubai. But probably won't, because I think we still got a long way ahead. And I'd rather leave the money in the market and buy many, many sports cars at the end of this. Big move, really looking good. Next one, Giga. absolutely flying, right? We spoke about flipping this mid-range level into support over here. Had you taken that 162% up, we spoke about also longing off the low boundary over there. If you did 256% up, absolutely amazing trades over there. Again, a big congratulations to all of you. Okay, other standout coins, let's have a look at. I'm still waiting for Brett. Now, this is another one that I probably have a similar size trade on the table to what I had on GigaChad and PopCat, and I'm looking for a big breakout over here. It really needs to get above this downsloping trend line over here to really get moving. So keep an eye out on that. Ponky as well. We spoke about longing off the bottom over here of the range, from bottom to top, 80% up to current levels, still 50% up. So you're still in profit, looking good. Myro, I spoke about that being one of the lagged trades, right? You could have bought this at the lower boundary over here of that support level. Coming into that zone over there, you are still up a lot, but I think that this thing could still do a lot of magic if the market shifts into risk on mode. 33% up there alone. If this does actually start to break out, it's not out of the question to pull a PopCat-like move and do the 335%ers, right? So really looking good. MOG, another one that I have a sizable position on. We spoke about getting in on the bottom of the range over there. We spoke about re-longing it based on the bullish move into the bull market fib, right? Which I've labeled the bull market fib. It's just, I don't know if that's what it's actually called, but that's what I call it. And that level is the 0.382 to the 0.5. In between there, in that pocket, if it's a strong trending move, you expect support to be found. We saw that occur, and it's pushing up higher highs, higher lows. So looking really good from bottom to top on this trade. We've done also about 134%. So all in all, those are looking good. Any other standout ones? Let's have a look. Please let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the comment section what else there is that you want me to have a look at, and I'll 100% check it out. Okay, we got FWOG, FWOG. I mean, maybe I faded this one. This is one that I probably left too long, and I should have looked at it a long time ago. So I do apologize for that. But I think, we've won 80 to 90% of them. We can't win 100, right? We never win 100. No one wins 100. If they tell you they do, please unsubscribe, right? Okay, beautiful. Absolutely powerful, beautiful chart. Really strong. Look, the opportunity to get in, and again, I said, I apologize, I can't get all of them, but that probably, if I had looked at this chart, it would have been over there. You would have seen the higher low forming, almost back testing into this level over here. Let's just quickly see in terms of our fib levels. Let's just quickly see over here what we have. So there you have a look at that. That's what I'm talking about, right, guys? Narrowly missing the 0.382. With memes, if they extremely risk on, that's typically what will happen, right? You won't always get the sweet spot. Missed it probably by like 0.1% over there, but that's where you would have expected the high low on this candle and expansion onwards and upwards. This one looks strong. If you're in, congratulations, continue to hold. If you're not in, I probably wouldn't buy this here. I'd wait for some sort of a pullback. It has been one of the top performers, right? Okay, what else, guys? Drop it in the comments. Let me know. Please let me know as well after the show, because this is the live chat comments that you're in now. The post-show comments are the ones that I can go back to. I can't see the live show comments after the show. I want to know more of what you want to see when it comes to the show, right? Remember, this is just as much your show as it is my show. So we're in it to win it together, right? We're in it to win it together. We had to make life-changing money. That's the aim. And you have a very small window to do it. I actually have a countdown clock. And I would say that this is, in terms of the longest that I could see this bull run going on for is exactly 1 year. So we got to be on fire for 365 days. All of you mark that off. It could be less, right? It all depends on how fast the market's moving up. So if we do start to break out, let's go back to this chart over here. If we see the market doing this, I just want to be clear, my prediction based on the timing is that this cycle will be right translated. I've been saying that forever. And I said that, probably looking at sometime around October next year, maybe April at the soonest. But nevertheless, if price is doing this, we have to be realistic, right? It gets to a point where things start to get, overheated. If you're putting in monthly candles like this, and suddenly Bitcoin's trading at like 150K 3 months from now, I'm going to readjust the thesis, and we're going to say we're due for a massive pullback, and I'm probably going to start selling, right? So the 365-day prediction is kind of, that's the base case, but we're not trees rooted into the ground that can't move. That's part of being a trader. And that's the beauty of not being an institutional trader, but rather a retail trader, is that we can move. We can change direction very, very quickly if we need to be, right? So that is a superpower. All right. We can have a look at a few more. Let's see what else. Okay, Banana Gun, also one of the picks in the portfolio, holding the mid-range level over there, probably decent zone to allocate a little bit, looking for a move up towards the range high. And if you start to break out into a bull run, full-blown bull run, this is where you should see this one rallying up really, really nicely. For those of you who are new, by the way, I also did drop very recently, I think it was last week, towards the end of the week, a top 10 picks portfolio in the Whale Room Discord. Those are, if you know, I had to enter into the market right now today with new cash, which coins would I be picking? I'll give you a spoiler alert. I think that one or two of them might have been Popcat and Giga. So might be a little bit too late for those. You're going to have to wait for a bit of a pullback. But if you do jump into Whale Room, remember, you can always chat with the team as well. Ask us questions. There's a section over here. You can come through and you can ask us questions and we'll help you out when it comes to allocating, right? This is Farouk. Great trades over here. Let's quickly see what he's done. These are the coins that he did over the last couple of days. So Arkham Knot, Wen, Dusk, SKL, SNX, 𝗕𝗬𝗥𝗟𝗓, Optimism. He's one of our traders for Whale Room. Huge profits. Well done, bro. Good stuff. All right, let's see. Let's have a look at this section over here. Okay, 𝗕𝗓𝗢𝗓. So this is the one that's also pumped a whole lot. We were allocating towards the low boundary over here. You know, you can just have a look at this chart. It just seems to be respecting this level so organically. Every time it comes into the zone, buying pressure comes in, and then you can look for a bit of resistance towards the 30 cents region. Let's check out 𝗘𝗘𝗢 as well. See, there is some requests on 𝗘𝗘𝗢, up 20%. Market cap wise, 22.89 million. So, okay, we're attempting to flip this. This is a big level, right? If you can see multiple candle closes around here, chances are you're creating a strong foundation ready to springboard out of this region, similar to Bitcoin, you know, flipping that key around that $69,000 level into major support. So we're looking at the same thing over here. If Bitcoin flips that and pumps up, you should see the same thing, right? Lock-in was another one of our Whale Room picks. Very good. Look at that chart. Pretty much long since the bottom over here. And you are up 341%. Similar to Popcat. Great trade over there. Well done, guys. Let's see other coins. Anything else sticking out like a sore thumb that we must look at? Okay, we just looked at Bitcoin. We looked at Banana. We looked at Giga. Giga's pumping. We got, let's see, Baked. How's Baked doing? Let's quickly check out Baked. 22.43 million. Very good. Pretty much new all-time highs. Flip this level into support. That is the 0.013 and 0.012. So all in all, that is looking ripe and ready. It's all good. All right, guys, let me know in the comment section what else you want to see more of. I'm going to catch you all on the next one. I'll probably go for a nice run with my mog glasses up over there, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Congratulations, everyone. Cheers for now.